How's it going, everyone? I am Splatter431, here with some more Pokemon news. So let's get right into it. So today when I'm recording this is the 1st of March, and 2 days ago it was Pokemon Day on the 27th of February. So that marks 30 years of Pokemon, so they did quite a bit of stuff, only some of which I'm gonna be going over. So yeah, some of the things that I specifically would like to talk about here in this video for me to give my opinions on, because that's what these news videos are really about, for me to give my opinions on this stuff. So the major thing from the Pokemon Presents was the reveal of Pokemon Gen 10. We finally got Generation 10 of Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves. So you're seeing the English logos right there, but obviously in the Japanese ones there is a little extra symbol, and that's probably related to the new battle gimmick for these two new games. You know, the equivalent of what in previous games was Mega Evolution, Z-Moves, Dynamax, and Terrastall. So yeah, so with these logos, interesting design, honestly, that we got green for Pokemon Winds, and of course, you know, blue for Waves. Honestly, I'm not still fully sure which version I'm gonna get. I'm gonna probably, but I'm leaning more maybe Waves, and I think I'll get to that later. But first, okay, next up, let's quickly go through all of the Pokemon, the previous generation Pokemon that we saw in the trailer. So, those Pokemon shown on your screen right now are Tropius, Krabby, Sizzlipede, Carnivine, Temple, Duskull, Frillish, Lumineon, Veilmer, Veilord, Toxapex, Pikachu, Corsola, Sandygast, Vingo, Tangela, Nimble, Ladybug, Slugma, Tynamo, Marini, Lydian, Oddish, Talo, and Gloom. And of course, because of these Pokemon being there, you can also therefore assume that all of the Pokemon from their evolution lines also count. So yeah, there you go. And those are the Pokemon we know of so far, but we also got exactly three new Pokemon. So our first look at some Generation 10 Pokemon, exactly 3 of them, and of course the starters, or rather, apparently the accurate term for it is first partner Pokemon. So yeah, the 3 first partner Pokemon that you'll be able to choose from in these games, and they're an interesting bunch. So let's get into them. First of all is Brout, who is obviously a grass type. There's the height, pretty sure, and the weight, and the ability is obviously Overgrow. Next up is Pombon, who is obviously a fire type. There's the height and weight, and of course the ability is Blaze. Next up is Gekra. This is obviously a water type, and there's the height and the weight, and of course the ability is Torrent. And let's quickly go over the descriptions. So yep, there's the description for Brout. Running about energetically, photosynthesis and the leaves, and that it's lively but also clumsy. Pombon's description, that the area below its throat glows faintly from some heat generating organ. This Pokemon is guileless, I don't know what that means, and friendly, cause of course, look at that face, of course that Pokemon's friendly. And then, Gekwa's description. This Pokemon launches springy balls of water from its tail. Ooh. And that they're very intelligent and maneuver shrewdly. While putting on airs. So, looking at these three together, for each of them they show like a little happy animation and also one attack animation. So yeah. These three, at the first I wasn't feeling them too much, but honestly they kind of grow me. I think after considering a bit, I'm definitely gonna go with the water one. Gekwa, I am definitely, yep, that's choosing that. I'm choosing Gekwa. That's the one I'm gonna choose. But like, you never know. So I'm not gonna say. You know what? I'm not gonna say for sure because I have changed my mind before. So you know what? For now, that's what I'm gonna say. Gekwa is the one I'm gonna choose. And so let's see. I think I'll try to speculate a bit on what types their final evolutions could have, but it's really hard to say, obviously, this early on. Okay, so for Brown, I don't know, like, well, first of all, for all of these, they could just stay the same, okay? They all could just stay monotype. That's actually not even that unlikely. All of the Generation 8 first partner Pokemon stayed monotyped for their final evolution, so there's that. Yeah, but other than that, Brout could probably become flying type, this is a bird, so flying type, yeah, makes sense. Other than that, I don't really know. I mean, flying, I'm sorry, I can't really think of anything else for this one other than flying. In fact, it's like Torchic and Craxley aren't part flying type, but Rowlet is, and then also Bulbasaur is grass poison. Like, so Bulbasaur and Rowlet are the only like first stage grass type first partner Pokemon to not be only grass type. It's really weird. Anyway, yeah, I don't have much to say on this one. So for Palm Bomb, this one's interesting. Definitely. Well, first of all, this is a dog, and people like dogs. People like dogs, and this is a very dog-looking dog Pokemon. Specifically, I think this is based on a Pomeranian. Of course, very stylized and cartoony, like very fluffy, and a kind of a small face, I'd say, compared to the size of the body. It's kind of interesting. Also, that little red tuft on the top of the head. It's not like these designs really look better in motion, and when you see them in the 2D art with their outlines. You know, I really think they should have outlines for the Pokemon 3D models. You know, it just makes the most Pokemon look much better. But yeah, what could this one be? I really don't know. Hmm. Yeah, could just stay Fire type. Maybe Ground type actually. Maybe Fire Ground. That could be interesting. You know, if Brout's gonna be grass flying, then yeah, there could be Fire Ground, or maybe I don't know, Fire Fairy. That could be the first time. Okay, for Gekwa though, I have quite a few ideas on what this one could be. So first of all, in because the description mentions them being intelligent, then well, that's obviously Psychic type. So water Psychic type, Psychic is my favorite type, so yep, I'd like that, thank you very much. So other than Psychic type, you know, with this being the lizard, so Poison would be another good candidate. So Psychic or Poison, you know, for lizard, I don't know, maybe Fairy, you know, depending on what the look will be like. Yeah, Psychic, Poison, or Fairy, or even maybe even Fighting type. It like if this Pokemon is more bipedal when evolving, could and maybe Pom Bomb could be too as well. Yeah, so those are the three starters. I mean, first partner Pokemon. Other than that, we also got these two. These two Pikachu. I don't want to call them forms, okay? I don't want to call them forms. They're like these two Pikachu characters, because that's really what they more feel like. A male one and a female one. Mr. Vindichu and Miss Babychu. Okay, so first of all, these two are probably, obviously, version exclusive. I don't know, they'll probably I don't have any idea really what their deal is. Maybe they're some kind of helper or tour guide or whatever, or they show up with some other NPC. Yeah, I don't know. There's really not much to say other than that. One thing I find amazing, I just have to mention it. Like, the look of this world is so amazing. Like the region, it looks so amazing. Like the visuals are brilliant. Like there's a scene with the water and it looks so nice. Oh wow. Like this scene with the water. The water looks so nice, and near the end the camera like points upward at the sky and then it slowly descends down into the water. And looks like diving is returning. You can explore inside the water and it's gonna be so nice. And you know, that might be. And you know, with that in mind, like winds and waves, like the diving, the islands, maybe even exploring sky areas. I don't know how it's gonna be. Like, I think this ties in with the three first partner Pokemon we got. Like, if they're really going to be part flying type, part ground type, and part or well, in Gekko's case, it doesn't really matter. Like a water type, a ground type, and a flying type as one of your first Pokemon, like that then that would mean like each of them would be able to help you in some way in traversing the world, which I think is really nice. That's really nice. So you choose Gekko, you'd be able to swim around in the water much easier or something like that. I don't know. It's just speculation. I can't really say too much. But yeah, the world looks really nice. The graphics are definitely improved. Like, yeah. Not sure if okay, so the battles are gonna be seamless, and I'm guessing they're probably still turn-based. I sure hope they're turn-based. Oh, please, please do not make them not be turn-based anymore. Please still be turn-based. Oh. Other than that, there's really not much to say about the world other than how nice it looks and how you see and how lively the Pokemon feel in it. And all these, and there's also nice structures too, like whatever this is. Yeah, whatever that is. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, I think, on winds and waves. But I also want to talk just a little bit about some, like, the whole marketing they're doing for Pokemon Day as well. Just a little bit about that. Like, for one thing, the logo is of, like, they made a separate version of the logo for every single Pokemon, all over 1025 of them. They made a separate version of the 30th anniversary logo for every single one of them. Like, okay, you're seeing the one for a Mew right now. Of course, Mew is my favorite Pokemon. I like this. The pose, Mew's expression, and this really nice gradient with all the colors here. And they all have this thing with the where the 0 of the 30 looks like a Pokeball, and it looks as if the Pokemon is coming out of the Pokeball. That's such a nice detail. Yeah, that was really surprising that they just made one of these for every single Pokemon. And on that note, at the beginning, they also, I noticed that they mentioned how at first, like, they specifically point out how in Gen 1 there was 151 Pokemon, and then bring up how there's now over 1,000. And as that said, they like show all of them in the background, and it's like, oh, that kind of stuck out to me. I kind of like it might sound crazy, but I slightly, just kind of get the feeling that they, I don't know, it feels like, what if they undid the Dex Club? What if they actually just had all 1,000 plus Pokemon actually be transferable to these new games? Like, I don't know. I mean, think about it. If they, like, every generation 1 to 9 Pokemon so far has been in at least Gen has been in at least one Gen 8 or Gen 9 game, and in at least one Nintendo Switch Pokemon main game. Think about that. So that means, like, you know, they got less work to do if they really wanted to do that, combined with you know, all this stuff about like mentioning every Pokemon, these logos for every Pokemon, and even the Super Bowl ad was about asking, what's your favorite Pokemon? It's like, I don't know. And, you know, maybe they're hinting that they're really gonna have all the Pokemon be usable in these games, but I don't know. I can't say for certain. It could also just be because, you know, it is the 30th anniversary, so, you know, so that can also be why they're obviously mentioning all that. But yeah, that seems to be everything I wanted to say. So yeah, overall, and okay, and even if they don't bring back the Dex card, honestly, I don't expect it. That was just a observation I made. Yeah, I don't expect them to undo the Dex card. But like, so even if they don't, like, these are still really cool games, as I said. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say. So yeah, very cool. I'm definitely very excited. And oh wait, oh yeah, another thing. One last thing I forgot to say. These games are not coming out this year. They're coming out next year. That's kind of... So they're really taking their time with these games. Yeah, these games must end up really good for that. Ugh, it's gonna be a long wait though, but if the games are good enough, then it'll be worth it. It's still not too long. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I think that's it. That's all I had to say. So with that, thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like because it helps the channel unlock. And be sure to subscribe for some more Pokemon news. Thanks for watching. Bye.